Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video I want to go and talk to you guys about letting go of fear. I want to talk to you all about how to some of the easy things that we can do to prevent from feeling fear, or to at least not to go ahead and create more of it. And the area that I really want to focus on is what we are imprinting into our mind through what we are watching, through the movies, through the shows, through the type of news. What are we actually ingesting into us? Imprinting is basically when we put our attention to something, and whatever that thing that we are putting our attention to, that gets imprinted into our mind and into our body. And what determines how much imprinting happens is by how much we are feeling, how much emotions we have during the time that we have our attention on something. So this is why when we watch a movie, if we really enjoy that movie because it moved us in some way, whatever content was in that movie would be imprinted more inside of you. Versus if you're watching a movie and you're really not paying attention, you're really not feeling whatever is happening, there's much less imprinting. And so when we watch these movies and we watch these shows and we watch something and it gets imprinted, that means we see these images. We hear the things that are being said much more afterwards. It's something that kind of stays with us. And so make sure that you realize, like, what is it that you're actually looking? Nothing is just for fun. We might think that we're watching it just for fun, just for entertainment, but it is being imprinted to our mind, and whatever comes into our mind is what we project out. We project it out in our choices and our emotions. We project it out in what we say. We project it out even in the way we judge everything. If you watch a movie and the movie has a lot of violence, that's something that's just, damn, man, there's just too much violence going on. I'm scrolling through Netflix and it's just like every other show. I want to watch like a good movie, something, nice that makes me feel inspired, but not where there's just a tremendous amount of suffering and killing and corruption. And it's just, damn, So that's what actually got me thinking, like, I want to make a video to talk about that. If somebody doesn't want to have fear, they shouldn't ingest content with a tremendous amount of fear, because we're only going to go ahead and project more of it out. You know what fear, like when we see shows that people are freaking out and the world is ending and people are fighting and they're suffering and all this stuff is happening. That's a representation. That's a story. That's a fear. And then we get all of that in. We start to see everyday life in comparison to the same way. This may not be a very conscious thing that is happening, but on a subconscious level, it's happening. And what that means basically is that we are doing it, but we aren't connecting the dots to why we're doing it. We're not connecting the dots to how often it's actually happening. It just becomes a way of seeing things. And when we start to give examples, we start to speak about something, when we react, we are also reacting based on all the stuff that we have ingested into our brain. And all this type of feeling, emotions that we have taken on. And a big part of that is from movies, is from shows, is from media, is from all the stuff. So next time when you're watching something, pick something that you want to actually have more of. Pick something that you want to express. If you don't want to be a violent person, then stop watching violent shit. If you want to be a loving person, then watch something that produces an emotion of love. If you want to be a person who has courage and you don't want to be fearful, then don't watch a show where the character is always fearful. And fearful is in two different ways. It's fearful is not just like a person who's running. Fearful is also somebody who's in fear, who's having to go ahead and kill everything. That's also fear. When people are attacking and people are being violent, that's not from being non-fearful. No, it's not. People react in two ways when they're in fear. So just remember that, and get outside a little more. Just go for a walk. A lot of times, just go for a walk, get some sun, listen to some music while you're doing it, but just get outside. I recommend just getting outside a little bit every single day. It's such a great way to at least go ahead and move around, and still kind of follow the whole social distancing and all that, so. All right, guys. So next time you turn on that TV, be careful what you're watching, all right? See you.